Howdy doody, everybody. Bryan here from quantlabs.net. Let's go over some recent activity I've been involved answering questions for people. This question came in via my Facebook page messenger. This one was from a person in, of all places, Monaco. Nice life being in Monaco, I must say, but you got to be able to afford it. Anyways, let's get into the details here. I've broken it out into different sections. There's lots of activity over or questions about my recent set of videos I've been talking about. Today it starts out with, Dear Bryan, thanks for the great job you do. Thank you very much for that. My objective is to make MVP for crypto algorithm trading in Python with ccxt and Ta-Lib packages, probably with Flask. I started following you and subscribed to the courses, but I found it's just audio. Okay, let's talk about that. I think a lot of people don't know about this. Right here I post a podcast on Podbean, 138 episodes. Wow, I pump out quite a few a day pretty well. Anyways, it's here at, of all names, QuantHabs.net. QuantHabs, QuantHabs.net, or Hab, okay, let me start again. QuantHabs.net.podbean.com. That's where you can find the most, pretty well all of the inquiries or podcasts here. And they do get posted on my YouTube channel at Quant Labs. And what will happen is there's usually, just so people know, for instance, there's this mechanics of ranking currency pairs for Forex. Well, what do you know? There's a visual one on my YouTube channel as well, and that's usually a duplicate of both the audio from the podcast as well as there's a video one, again, visual version of you can find on the YouTube channel. So be aware of that. I've never mentioned that before, but now you know. All right, so going back to the questions, I have started following you and subscribed to the courses, but I found it's just audio. Okay, now we're going to get into questions about the packages here. In your YouTube channel, I went through your Ta-Lib, ccxt videos. It was great. I tried to follow Dukascopy Forex, Java with Redis, with Python for algo, Forex trading just to learn about Redis and the way to retrieve data from Dukascopy. But I get stuck on 7-minute as no test Redis program at my desktop. Please see below. I'll show you that in a minute. Could you please proceed? Advise how to proceed. Okay, let's talk about some of this stuff. I also have a Shopify store with some digital product, just premiere or preview videos, really. So if you ever go to my quantlabs.store website, it's just basically the front end of the Shopify. In there you will find a variety of videos. Now, let's just talk about these for a minute. Interactive Brokers 4.5-hour workshop bootcamp. I mentioned this before. That is one of my bonus videos from a course that I do. Also, we got 2 other videos for Dukascopy tools and API development for algo Forex trading, and another video, Dukascopy Visual J Forex. Now, that's for non-programmers to do algo Forex trading. That's just basically a front end done in Flash, just to show you how all the moving parts that go into strategies. And last course is really useless. I wouldn't even worry about it, but they're fairly cheap, and you can get them here at the quantlabs.store. Got it? All right. Now, let's address these specific questions. Ta-Lib ccxt. Now, my intention is to go with ccxt for cryptocurrency using Python. I've talked about that enough. You could find more information under my playlist. And if you look for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you'll find some details there. Also, we talk about Ta-Lib. I don't talk about Ta-Lib a lot, but there is a wrapper you can get for Python. It works for the basics, popular technical analysis functions, which work okay. I have noticed some bugs in them. I wouldn't rely wholly on them. A good example is RSI. If you are planning to go with Dukascopy as your broker and you plan to use the API, you probably get better mileage with the RSI from Dukascopy versus the one from Ta-Lib. So be aware of that, okay? Be aware that some of the data, the results you get from Ta-Lib may not be exactly what you want. I would compare it against your API from your broker to make sure. Okay, and also there are some patterns using Ta-Lib for Japanese, I can't remember the term, Dogo, whatever they call them. Don't rely on them. I got my own patterns I'll be mentioning as we get them developed by a third party. Okay, it was great. Okay, so we talked about Dukascopy Java with Redis. Redis with Python for algo trading. Now, again, about Redis. Now, I'm just going to go on a little bit about Redis right here. Redis. Why Redis? It's the world's fastest true open source database using NoSQL in memory. I've talked a lot about it. You can find it under here in my playlist. Once again, on my YouTube, Redis NoSQL in memory database. If you go under here, I've got pushing 75 videos. You'll get lots of information regarding Redis and my opinions and why I like Redis over anything else. Okay, let's continue. All right, so knowing that, how do we get it working with Java JForex, the platform, the proprietary platform from Dukascopy? Okay, so we have to look at this image here. What we have here is from the IDE so this person has set up using the JForex 3 SDK using NetBeans, which is fine. That's all fine and good. In here, you'll find the SDK source code with MA Play. That's one of the strategies. It's quite actually smartly architected, if you ask me. If you go into, again, where else, my playlists, you'll find a variety of coding samples that I've experimented with using Dukascopy, JForex, and all of that is in here. So you'll find maybe some information about how I use Redis with Dukascopy and the JForex API. Well. I'm going to answer that in the next question. Now, this person says there's no such info on the web. Well, that's why, because I'm probably the only person doing it. Please advise which course to follow in your videos to make faster achievements. Good call. Okay, here we go. Now this is where I get into a pitch fest. Okay, if you go to my website, I have not done any form of real marketing at all here at quantlabs.net. Okay, continuing along, here at my website, quantlabs.net/blog, you come under courses. In there, you will find a video.
Hey everybody, Bryan here.
A video regarding all my courses. It's pretty well if you follow me, my old elite service. Here we've got 3 courses that I have on the go: a Python, a introduction. I also got a course on overview of automating and using interactive brokers, on top of another course on the fundamentals of futures and options trading with some algorithms developed both in Python and C++. Those are basically, from a fundamental point of view. So, coming back to the question, how do we get around these problems using Redis and such? Okay. As part of why I did this little pitch, I cover this in a variety of ways using Redis, how to integrate Redis in both Python and Java, and also how to integrate it with the JForex from Dukascopy. It's an easy switch, but it took me a very long time to get over that. I have not developed courseware yet for it. I'm hoping to do that in the next little bit. I'm also hoping to do live boot camps around that No different than the one I've done for my interactive brokers as well, because I find that the live sessions are really good for people who have specific questions. A lot of effort has been put into using J4X with Java, specifically external processes like Redis, and integrating them together. Now, to answer this person's real question, I hope she's not harping on about, geez, get on with the question. Here's what we can show you. If you go into Google, just go under J4X external library call, including libraries. This is what you got to do. In there, you will find a way to externally declare your library. Okay, so you just do a search on Google and do a search for including libraries in the J4X calls in the Java files. In there, you'll be able to get access to your external jar file. Okay, and then be able to implement them into your class, your local class. So what you do is the package that you need, once again, if you do the good old Google, look for something called Jedis, which is your jar library that you need for Java. So Java will be able to talk to Redis through Jedis. Okay, and then you got to make sure you get the correct Jedis version. You don't need to really go through the whole rigmarole of building out these jar files, but what you can do is go online and basically look for a Jedis jar file to download. Here you could pretty well get it in a variety of ways, probably from this Maven repository, which is part of the build system for Java. And in there, you should be able to download your Java right here, your Java jar file, with all the dependencies as well. Okay, and that's all you got to do if you're an accomplished Java developer. Hopefully I've answered all those questions. So, again, hopefully this will answer this person's questions. And specifically, if you are interested in doing the courses, I'm looking at probably doing a 3-month subscription and an annual subscription. If the strategy, as I keep saying, is going to currently work, you can expect that rate to jump like crazy. Currently, I've got my special on that I don't publicly talk about online, but you can get in touch with me via email. I'll reach out to this person as well, let them know, and they can get in touch for a super duper good rate if you want to continue along the road and do the live classware or courseware stuff that I'm currently doing as well. Okay, so you know what to do, and hopefully I've answered this person's question or set of questions, and we'll talk to you soon. Later.